Hello, beloved, and welcome to your reading. So today we're going to be seeing what messages the divine wants to give you in this timeless reading. I always remind you, of course, that these readings are generalized. So take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't, because that's going to resonate with someone else who's watching this reading. If you can, remember to have a look at your sun sign, your moon sign, and also your ascendant sign, because by doing that you get more information that the divine wants to give you in this reading. Also allow your intuition to be available and present as I'm doing this reading for you, because your intuition will be able to elaborate on these messages and give you more messages as you're listening. So it is really important to really be listening and being present and allowing your intuition to talk to you. I believe that by allowing your intuition to talk to you, by allowing your intuition to be here with you, you start exercising your intuitive muscle. You start exercising that intuitive muscle so that you can start doing your own readings, divining for yourself. You can start just hearing the messages that you need to hear without even looking at tarot readings. So really allowing your intuition to work with you and strengthening that muscle is really important, okay? Because your own intuition is your North Star. Your own intuition never leads you astray. Your own intuition is connected to the cosmic mind, and your own intuition is that voice that is quiet, that doesn't speak very loud, but when it does communicate and when it does talk to you, it is really important, okay? So this is why I always feel that your intuition is something that you need to really work on daily, as many times as you can, so that you can start hearing messages directly from the divine for yourself. We're using our tarot cards. We're also using our oracle cards to give you these messages that the divine wants to give you. It is always important to look at your sun sign, your moon sign, and also your ascendant sign, because by doing that you get more information. You get a complete picture instead of just looking at your sun sign alone. All right, so we have our cards that are on the table. And it's interesting, as I was getting your cards for you, the divine was already communicating some messages. I was already hearing messages for you. And this is why I was really elaborating for you that it is important for your intuition to be here. Because there is something that is connected to your money right now. There are some words, some communication. There is something that you need to get off your chest around your money, around your stability. Because you have the Four of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel that for some of you, you are feeling that perhaps the money that you have is not enough. The money that you get paid is not enough. The money that you're receiving from the government is not enough to create that energy of stability. There is just a feeling that is here where it comes to your money and your resources, you are feeling like this, like clutching on, holding on very tightly, wanting to guard what you have because you are worried that you don't have enough. You are worried and you're not in the energy of trusting that the divine can give you whatever it is that you need. And this is what I was hearing for you, where the divine was asking you personally why you don't believe. Where the divine was asking you personally if part of the fact that you don't believe that the divine can provide for you resources, the money, income, whatever it is, if it is because you don't feel that you deserve to have what it is that you need, what it is that you want. You don't deserve. There's a feeling of almost not deserving. And some of you are like, no, I know I deserve. But on an inner, on a deeper level, there is that feeling where you are not completely believing that you deserve to have whatever it is that you want. And in that feeling like you don't deserve, you are blocking your own blessings. In that feeling like I am worried, about spending this money because this is all that I have. You are already communicating to the divine that you don't deserve. You don't believe that you can have more. And so this is why the divine was here asking you those questions, so that you can even pause this video and ask those questions to yourself, maybe even rewinding this video so you can listen to the first part, especially the questions that the divine was posing to you. Because the divine is saying that I am asking those questions in a way that is not meant to antagonize you, that is not meant to make you feel less than. But I'm asking you those questions so that you can be in that energy of understanding that you do deserve. And understanding that you do deserve, you start walking a bit taller. Just being in that energy of knowing, having faith, you start moving in a different type of energy, because now the energy is completely different. The energy is completely different from this, where you are clutching onto something. Some of you maybe are leaving your city, your home, because you're wanting safety somewhere else. Some of you maybe are selling your home because you have got the energies of the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is that energy where you could be receiving an offer, a money offer that is coming in. So there could just be something that is here offering you something. So maybe you have been praying for a job, maybe you have been praying for your security. And now when you step into the energy of having faith, when you step into the energy of understanding that you deserve, it is your birthright to have the stability, to have the health, the mental health, whatever it is that you want, the money, the resources, and everything in between, it is your birthright. But part of the challenge that you are experiencing in this last lifetime, this is what I'm hearing for you, is that you are experiencing those challenges because the divine really wants you to learn. The divine really wants to show you so that you can have 100% faith without doubting. So there is something that is connected to your inner child. Something, the card has fallen down. There is something that is within you that is your downfall, that is connected to your childhood, that is connected to how you were brought up. Maybe your parents were the type of parents who told you that money doesn't grow on trees. Maybe when you asked for something, you were always told that there was not enough. You were made to feel guilty. You were made to feel like, how dare you keep asking? And from there, you started learning not to ask. From there, you started learning and believing that you can't have what it is that you want. You don't deserve. And from there, you learned to stop asking the divine, to stop expecting the gifts, the resources, whatever it is that you wanted from the divine. I'm hearing that you stopped expecting because you got tired of feeling the disappointment, of feeling the pain in your heart from your parents, your caregivers, from saying no, from making you feel guilty for asking. When deep down as a child, you knew that it was your birthright to have whatever it is that you wanted. So mentally, subconsciously, you got trained to believe that you didn't deserve. You got trained to believe that you shouldn't be asking. You got trained, and in that training, you became that person who was like this. And so the divine is saying, this is not who you are. This is who they trained you to become. And I want to train you, retrain you, remind you that there's a new beginning that is starting around your money. There's a new offer that the divine is coming to give you. And this offer starts with the way that you're thinking about money, your resources, your health. And so the divine is saying, when you step into the energy of trusting, you're going to see that money starts coming in. Your money starts to grow and to give birth to more resources, more income, more money. When you step into the energy of believing, of trusting, and step away from this energy of clutching to the little that you have. because the divine is saying that you are stopping your money experiencing what it wants to experience because you're holding on so tightly. Money is a current, money wants to flow, but when you hold on to it, it becomes stagnant. It becomes stagnant because you are not allowing it to flow. It becomes stagnant because you are not allowing that money to go and have the experiences that it wants to have. Because you need to understand deep down within your heart and your soul that everything around us, the candles, the microphone, the table, everything has its own wishes. Even though these things might be static, they still have energies, they still have desires. And this is why they were created. And equally, the money that you're holding on to, the divine is saying that money wants to flow, wants to be spent, that money wants to go out so that it can bring more money back to you. So I feel that for some of you, as these new offerings are coming in, these blessings are coming in, you're starting to learn to allow your money to flow. You're starting to learn to allow your money to flow, maybe through investing your money. And now your money goes out and gets other money, invites other money, other resources to come into your life because you allowed it to flow. Instead of it becoming stagnant, instead of it becoming resentful, instead of it becoming so resentful that it creates crises in your life. And I want you to pay attention to this because I am really hearing this loud and clear that you need to understand this. When you are in this energy of clutching onto the little that you have, like I told you, that money, that currency that you have wants to flow. It wants to have experiences. And because you're holding on so tightly like this, you are denying that money to flow. You're denying that money to have the experiences that it wants to have. So what happens? That money goes and creates crises in your life, in your home. Suddenly, out of nowhere, your roof starts leaking. Suddenly, out of nowhere, an emergency happens. And then what happens? You are forced against your will to go and dig into your savings. Go and dig into your investments. Go and use the money that you are wanting to protect, because the money has its own desires, and those desires cannot be overridden by how tightly you're holding on to that money. And the divine is saying that for some of you, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and this is the message that really is going to create important fundamental changes in your life, because now you're understanding something that you've never understood before. No one's ever put it like this before. And in hearing this message, things are starting to click into place. You're starting to look at ways of allowing your money to go out there and flow and enjoy its own experiences. Instead of blocking that money from where it wants to go, you're creating fun ways for your money to experience life, to experience this earthly experience that we're all having as beings, even though some of us are static, some of us are just electricity, some of us are whatever we are. So the divine really wanted to invite you to start looking at ways of how you are spending your money, how you are holding your money, how you're stopping your resources from coming into your life through the fear that you have. So the divine really wants to emphasize that message so that you can create the freedom that you want. There is that energy where the divine really wants you to step into the energy of just chilling out around your resources, around your money. Just relax. And when you relax into understanding that the divine is very capable of providing for you, like it says in the Bible, if God looks after the sparrows, if God looks after the little things, how much more is He able to look after you? Why don't you believe that the divine is capable of that? Why are you believing so tightly that you have to be the one to go and find your own resources when the divine has created everything? So there is that energy of faith that the divine wants you to step into. There is that energy of stepping into the energies, first of all, of the King of Wands, because now you are using wisdom and discernment as you're listening to this reading. As I'm being the messenger, giving this message to you, something in your mind, that penny is dropping within your subconscious mind, and something is changing within you. Because the divine wants you to step into the energy of being the king of your castle, having all the resources that you need. Not only that, also having the wisdom to take care of these resources so that you can invest those resources so that they can grow, so that your kingdom can expand, so that you as a king can have a reach far and wide. Because you're understanding that you are connected to the divine. You're understanding that the divine is capable of giving you way more than you can create for yourself. Okay? So the divine is saying that, like I told you at the beginning of this reading, how your intuition needs to be present as I'm doing this reading for you, because I hope that your intuition was present and your intuition was elaborating on these messages. Because remember, I told you that it was important to exercise that intuitive muscle, because when you do, you become your own guru. When you do, there's no longer a need to watch tarot readings. There's no longer a need to look out there for the messages, for the cosmic messages from the divine. Because through your own intuition, through your inner wisdom, through you connecting to your guides, your ancestors, your spirit animals, your guardian angels, the celestial beings that walk with you in this life, now you're able to ask for the wisdom, ask for the knowledge, ask for the know-how as you're dealing with your money and your resources. So the divine has this important message for you. As I'm concluding this message, it is a reminder that you're divinely cared for. You can be divinely protected. You can be divinely provided for if you step into the energy of allowing, if you step into the energy of having faith that it is possible. And I always tell you that at the end of the day, it is your human experience that you're having, so you get to decide if you remain clutching at your passes like this and thinking this is all I have. The divine is saying, but it's your will. Or if you step into the energy of faith, bringing new understanding, wisdom and knowledge around how your resources can grow and how more opportunities are going to be coming into your life. And then stepping into the energies of the king, where you're seeing your status being upgraded and you're starting to walk in that energy of wisdom, knowing that you are connected to the divine. So this is the reading that I have for you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll see you soon. It's a goodbye from me.